and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for Canada, where pines and maples grow, great prairies spread, and lordly rivers flow. How dear to us thy broad domain, from east to western sea, thou land of hope for all who toil, thou true north, strong and free. Keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Canada, beneath thy shining skies, gaze downward soft, let gentle maidens rise, to keep me steadfast through the years, from east to western sea. Our own beloved native land, our true north, strong and free. Keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard glorious and free. Here is humble prayer. Hold out to me within thy loving care. Help us to find, O God, in thee, our lasting rich reward. As waiting for the better day, we ever stand on guard. Keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. That was Canadian National Anthem. And I want to use this opportunity and this program to thank the Canadian government. I want to thank the Canadian justice system. I want to thank Canada as a people. I want to thank Canada as a country. I want to thank Canada as a nation. And I want to say thank you, Canada, for standing on the path of justice. And in that honor, I have decided to play the Canadian National Anthem to show how appreciative we are and how you have stood in for the less privileged, how you have stood in for the poor, and how you have stood in to bring justice for the hopeless, bring justice for those who do not have and wouldn't have ever had justice. So I want to say thank you very much, Canada. And Canada had always been a country I love so much. Canada had always been a country that I love with my heart. Even as a child growing up, I have always desired to visit Canada someday, and I hope and believe that when I'm ready for that, I will visit Canada, and I would also like to see the Canadian Parliament and talk to them directly if the opportunity is given to me. My name is Ikem Patrick DK. You are live on Patrick Ikem Chronicle, and today is 16th of August 2025. This is a live transmission, and I'll be opening the line soon for conversation. But as you join me, I want you to share this program, please. Tag your friends and make sure that everybody around you participate in this wonderful program. Today, I'll be talking about the Canadian justice system, and I'll be pointing out so many reasons why we should appreciate Canada, and so many reasons why we should, for a matter of fact, show Canada appreciation, that even in the midst of oppression, even at a time that the United States of America is supplying arms and ammunition to Nigeria, Canadian government has stood strong to condemn the evil activities of the Nigerian terrorist government, the politicians, and I will also be pointing out and reminding us how Canada denied the Chief of Army Staff a visa to visit Canada. These are the issues we'll be pointing out today. But before I go further, let us play a music. Just a moment, guys. Let me fix the issue. Just a moment, guys. Them say na court matter, but na jungle law. Fly go Kenya, them no knock door. No trial, no papers, no one inside. Just from neck beat skin cross borderline. As we no thief, as we no kill. Why are na soldiers they storm is hill? Please keep sharing this program. Please keep sharing. Help me share this program because today it will hot. From Mwaya to diaspora we cry. Igbo blood they flow like stream. Biafra dream they born with steam. All mass lies now waiting with their face. Them cover crime but we know it is. Self-determination no be sin. Now our right we they fight to win. Mazikanu chained by fear. But his voice still loud with the air. Justice cry and truth go shine. Freedom must come in God's own time. Unmasked life. Oh, them bring mask witness, not fake show. But when them come kill, them face they glow. Soldier no wear mask when bullets fly. Them things say the world, no they watch sky. He run for him life, who no go run? 20x gun, them shoot like fun. No peace for people, we no get name. But Biafra, no they play that game. We rise for the fallen, we shout for the change. Even if in pain, we go remain. Who in America, you see this score. How long this silence go last for? Unmasked lies, now waiting with their face. Them cover crime, but we know it is. Self-determination, don't be seen. Now our right we they fight to win. Mazikanu chained by fear. But his voice still loud with the air. Justice cry and truth go shine. Freedom must come in God's own time. Unmasked lies, now waiting with their face. Them cover crime, but we know it is. Self-determination.
Now I right we dey fight to win. Mazikanu chained by fear, but his voice still loud we dey hear. Justice cry and truth go shine. Freedom must come in God's own time. Hey, hey, come must come. In Biafra we stand to the very last drum. Witness na fake show, but when them come kill, them face they glow. Soldier no wear mask when bullets fly. Them things say the world no they what sky. He run for him life, who no go run? 28 gun, them shoot like fun. No peace for people we no get name. But Biafra no they play that game. We rise for the fallen, we shout for the chain. Even if it pain, we go remain. One America, you see this call. How long this silence go last for? All mass lies, now waiting with their face. Them cover crime, but we know it is. Self-determination, no be seen. Now our rights we dey fight to win. Mazikanu chained by fear, but his voice still loud we dey hear. Justice cry and truth go shine. Freedom must come in God's own time. All mass lies, now waiting with their face. Them cover crime, but we know it is. Self-determination, no be seen. Now our right we dey fight to win. Mazikanu chained by fear, but his voice still loud we dey hear. Justice cry and truth go shine. Freedom must come in God's own time. Yeah, yeah. Freedom must come.
Thank you, thank you very much. I want to say thank you very much. I want to really appreciate. I can read your comment section. I can read from the comment section. I can read. I can. I can read. Uh, I can read all your comments. So as you are commenting, I'm also following up. So I want to say, let the comment keep flowing. When the line will be open, I will let you know for those who want to call in. But for now, I want to proceed with the broadcast, and I hope that we're going to have a good time talking to one another on this live stream. Thank you very much. I want to say thank you once again. This is Semazi Kim Patrick DK. So let's back to the issue of discussion. PDPAPC declared a terrorist organization by the Canadian government, and is the news that have been going around for the past few days now. Though the the judgment came sometime in July 17th, which is about almost a month now. I don't know why the news didn't circulate, and it's coming a month after almost. But notwithstanding, the judgment is made public now, and it is worth commending. It is worth commending, and it is also important that we continue to bring evidence of the atrocities of the political class to the world. It is very, very important that we continue to bring the crime against humanity of the ruling elite class to the world, because sometimes you can never know to what extent each evidence can go in terms of presenting them to the world. You can never know how it can help in finding justice for their victims. Uh, Outside the fact that we are agitating for uh, referendum and agitating for Biafra, ordinary Nigerians who cannot differentiate, who does not know their left from their right, have also been victims of these political shenanigans, killings here and there, political killings, injustice, and whatever atrocity that the political class have indulged themselves in. This political class have become so desperate that their life now depend on holding public office, that if they do not have the opportunity to hold public office, they are ready to kill, and they've killed for it. They have massacred. They have also not just killed to be in power, they have also killed to remain in power. We saw what happened during NSAS, how they opened fire on innocent civilians with Nigerian flag singing national anthem. And these are some of the atrocities of these politicians with their military cohorts. So it's very, very important that we will continue to compile these atrocities. We will continue to present it to the world, believing that someday that the world will come to terms with the reality of what Nigeria has become, with the crop of criminal politicians that we have today ruling the country. Why have the call for disintegration of Nigeria become uh, loud in the past few years? Why? Because the political class have mismanaged the economy, they have mismanaged the welfare of the people, they have mismanaged everything about Nigeria. They have created more ethnic tension, they have created more inequality, they have created more poverty, and people feel that they need to take their destiny in their hands. Those who were committed to the affair of the Nigerian state have taken advantage of their position. They have abused power. They have taken advantage. They have raped their citizens. They have raped the economy. They have destroyed everything that they touched their hands. And today, Nigeria has nothing to show. Despite all their claims of building infrastructure, the essence of building infrastructure is not because they are building it for the interest of the people. They build infrastructures because they are targeting profit they are going to make, gain that they are going to make through contract inflation. And most of the time, they don't even round up some of these projects. Some of the projects last for 20, 30 years, but they have already made the payment upfront and they have shared the loot, because project execution is their source of looting the commonwealth of the people. So on this day, 16th of August, I want to say thank you, Canada, for standing for justice, not just for Nigerians, but for the indigenous people of Biafra, because under our nose and under the glaring of the global watch, the APC-led government declared a peaceful movement, the indigenous people of Biafra, a terrorist organization, using a fake and fraudulent court injunctions to carry out this atrocity, declaring a peaceful movement a terrorist organization. And today, Canada has stood up to be counted. And we are expecting that other countries will follow suit. And we also want to use this opportunity to draw the attention of the United States government to drop the bid for the supply of arms and ammunition to the Nigerian military, because most of the arms that Nigerian military have handled over the years were eventually handed over to the terrorists Boko Haram and ISWAP in so many consecutive occasions. So whatever arm you are handing over to the Nigerian military will definitely get to the hand of the terrorists, which we see on a daily basis, where this terrorist organization parade with the Nigerian military trucks and the arms and the warheads here and there. And it shows that the Nigerian military does not have the capacity to handle and protect the arms that are in their custody. And secondly, most of these arms are also used to kill innocent civilians, kill agitators, kill human rights activists, fight to retain power and also fight against opposition parties. So it is very, very important that America does not uh, drop its obligation when it comes to human rights violation. So it's important for American government under the Donald J. Trump administration to look inward and look at what Canada have done by standing tall to condemn evil for what evil is. We will remember that few months ago, the Nigerian chief of staff was also denied visa to Canada. So there is a lot to learn from Canada. Canada is setting pace and setting example of what it means to stand in the gap for the less privileged and also to stand for the gap for those who cannot speak for themselves and give them justice. Today, APC and PDP, two major political parties who have been moving, because these APC and PDP are just one party but different names. They share the same ideology of terrorism. They share the same ideology of looting. They share the same ideology of underdevelopment. APC and PDP have nothing to offer. They share the same identity as a political party. And today, most of them are also moving to a new political party, the ADC. And I can guarantee you that ADC will eventually join the terrorist organization in due course. So we want to say thank you, Canada, once again for standing on the path of justice, and it is commendable. We, the people, we, the indigenous people of Biafra, want to say thank you for giving us justice. Because if there is anything whatsoever, if there is any reason for us to show appreciation, IPOB should be at the forefront of thanking the Canadian government for their their position, a kind of reminding the present ruling party APC that their record is in the global community and the world recognizes the atrocity, and actions will be taken in appropriate places. And it is quite commendable. We have to say, we'll continue to say thank you. And that is why I'm putting on this shirt, because I know that red and white represent the Canadian flag. So I'm putting on red to show appreciation. And also, I have also done the Canadian national anthem to show respect to this great nation that have stand in the gap for the poor people. Now, we have seen commenters, we have seen analysts who have also talked about their own view about Canada proscribing PDP and APC. And they are not far from the truth, though many of them are trying to paint, trying to be politically correct for their own personal reasons. But I can guarantee you that the world has become so global that whatever that is happening in Nigeria today is also noticed by the global community. And that is why it is very, very important that we must be active in exposing the atrocities. We must be active in digging out some of the criminal, not just some, but all the criminalities has been perpetuated by the political class and all these political parties. What they've tried to do over time is to see how they can shift all their criminal activities to the indigenous people of Biafra. Each time they commit crime, they blame IPOB for it, hiding under IPOB to commit crime, because it is much easier for them to cover their crime using IPOB, for the fact that they hastily went to proscribe IPOB, have given them that edge, So wherever there is any kind of crime, you see them say it is IPOB, it is IPOB, but everybody knows that IPOB is not involved in criminality, that we are peaceful agitators, and we have continued to maintain that part of peace because we understand that the world we live in today will not take any freedom fighting organization serious the moment they identify any form of criminality in what you are doing. So for that reason, IPOB have been strategic in making sure that we do not involve in criminality. But Nigeria government, on the other hand, also understand, and this APC, PDP, the politicians understand that as long as IPOB continue to maintain a clean record, that they have the possibility of achieving their aim. So what do? They continue to try as much as possible to criminalize the movement, because that is the only way. Having tested the water and have come to terms that there is no other way they can defeat IPOB, they have decided to put the strategy of criminalization of IPOB. They have popped up infiltrators. They have popped up different groups to see how they can use those mediums to carry out activities and name it activities of IPOB, because through that means it will be easy for the world to wave us off and say, we cannot associate with you as a criminal entity. And that is why we must continue to work extremely very hard to make sure that we distance ourselves from any form of criminality, because it is easy, very, very easy to paint us black for the fact that they have been able to proscribe IPOB as a terrorist organization. It is now left to them to prove it to the world that indeed IPOB is a terrorist organization by propping up criminalities, by propping up terrorism activities. Because if they do not carry out some of these activities, back their proscription up with criminality, then the world will start questioning, why would you declare IPOB a terrorist organization when they are on the path of, excuse me, when there is no evidence, or there are no evidence to prove it. So what the Nigerian state have decided to do is to make sure that they continue to sponsor terrorism activities, they continue to sponsor criminal activities, by so doing justifying the proscription of IPOB. That is what we've seen in the Eastern region and in Biafra land in general. And that is why we continue to urge our people to make sure that they do not involve themselves in criminality. Because over the years we have fought battles, and the Nigerian state have tried all their possible means to attack the IPOB finance, attack IPOB media, attack everything that has to do with indigenous people of Biafra. But having failed, they understood what it means to criminalize an organization. Between 1967 to 1970, they also did the same by criminalizing the Biafran nation, criminalizing Ojukwu and making the world believe that Ojukwu is a terrorist. They even called our fathers and our mothers who were fighting as rebels. At the time, the words that were used were rebels, that these are rebels. Because at that time, anything rebellion to the world sound also like terrorism. But in 21st century, the word terrorism have now become the norm. So they have chosen that word terrorism instead of rebel. Because they have to look for a word that is in vogue, that can match the present time, that can suit the current situation. So that is the reason we must make sure that we maintain our cleanliness in the struggle for Biafra restoration. It might take long, but criminality can never take you anywhere. It might take long. Today, since 1999, PDP have been perpetrating evil before APC took over. See, PDP took over from the military in 1999, and they have been perpetrating evil. And suddenly APC took over. The same PDP also migrated into APC, the same people. So calculate from 1999 to 2025. That is to tell you that all the records have been there. And Canada and the Canadian justice system is not like the Nigerian justice system that takes bribe. They do not take bribe. Canada cannot just wake up overnight to declare an individual or group of individuals or a political party a terrorist organization. They have done their due diligence. They didn't make that pronouncement. That judgment was not given by mistake. They have taken their time to study the modus operandi of these political parties. They have evidence on their desk. Because any judge who will make a decision, this is not just a local decision that has to do with the Canadian people. It is an international judgment. So it's not a judgment that will be made in a hurry. It's not a judgment that will be made by procrastination or by just for the sake of trying to like prove a point. No, it is a judgment that was studied with evidence and deliberate to also be able to send the signal that we are watching. And we must take all these points into cognizance. We must understand that Canada is not a country that takes bribe to offer justice like the Nigerian justice system. The strength of the Canadian justice system does not flutter. They do not take bribe. It is not a failed justice system like the Nigerian system. So it's very, very important that we understand the seriousness of the judgment before us, that APC and PDP is a terrorist organization. Don't forget that it was the PDP that brought in, what is it called? The SARS. The police unit called SARS. It was PDP under Obasanjo. And we know the atrocity that SARS committed. And it is the atrocity of this SARS that led to the protest or to end brutality. That led to the Lekki massacre where people were protesting against police brutality. The Nigerian security forces, the police, DSS, and the army have become a tool in the hand of the politicians. They have become instrument of destruction instead of being an instrument of protection because they do not have independence on their own. They are used to massacre innocent civilians. They are used to oppress the innocent people. They are used to attack oppositions. The Nigerian security forces, they have become instrument in the destruction of lives and property of the Nigerian people. They are of no good. So the Canadian court, understanding very well how the political class have used and have abused the security forces, came to that conclusion that these security forces do not operate on their own. And that was why the chief of army staff was also denied visa. Part of the reasons, because he had been involved in criminality as well. Despite them trying to deny the obvious, the whole world knows the truth. Everybody knows that these individuals who form these political parties are not using it to better the life of the Nigerian people. And that is The reason a lot of Nigerians have become fed up and say we can no longer trust the Nigerian system because they continue to produce criminals as leaders. Criminals who do not have interest of the people at heart. And that is the reason the people have said, no, we are going to take our destiny in our hand. We need a referendum to decide if Nigeria have to remain one or if we have to remain in Nigeria. So a well-deserved judgment that need applause. We are not doing enough to thank the Canadian government, and that is the reason we have to put a tag. We must put a tag on all our social media platforms, on all our comment sections, on all our posts to say thank you, Canadian government. We need to start that thank you, Canadian government tag from tonight. It's a recommendation. All you need to do is PDP APC terrorist organization, thank you, Canadian government. PDP stroke APC, a terrorist organization, thank you, Canadian. I want to see that tag go viral. PDP stroke APC, terrorist organization, thank you, Canadian government. We need to show Canada that we are in solidarity with them because they are fighting for us. We must also show them the appreciation. We must prove to Canada that as much as they love them, that we love them back too. Because somebody cannot be showing you love and you are just sitting back as if and feel unconcerned. We must show Canada love. We must put a tag. PDP hashtag is a hashtag. PDP stroke APC terrorist organization. Thank you, Canadian government. We must make a hashtag to appreciate Canada. Today, America is selling arms and ammunition to the Nigerian government worth over $349 million. And you ask, all the ammunitions that Nigeria had, what have they been using them for? Every day we hear that the terrorists have broken into one military camp and they have, carted away with arms and ammunition. Every day is a daily news and occurrence. And you cannot tell me that a military that cannot guard its dangerous arms deserve to continue to receive supplies. If the Nigerian military cannot guard and protect the arms they have against terrorist organization, of what use is it continue to supply them? Most of these arms that are given to them are being used. We've seen Tucano jet bomb innocent people. And when you ask them, they will say, oh, they mistook them for terrorists. Bomb villages, in most cases, deliberately. And you see the president of America, Donald J. Trump, funding a terrorist political party, APC. Because today, Canada have also shown that whatever America is supplying to Nigeria under APC, that America is funding terrorism. This is some of the what the Canadian judgment is also portraying. That if this All People's Congress, the APC, is receiving arms from the American government, automatically America is funding a terrorism organization with highly precision missiles, as indicated in the news. So any arm that America is supplying to Nigerian government today under this present administration, automatically they are funding a terrorist organization. So America need to take that into cognizance. America need to understand the implication of supplying arms to Nigeria under a proscribed political party, APC. America need to understand the implication of supplying arms to a proscribed political party, a proscribed administration. An international court have proscribed APC as a terrorist organization. So any funding, any support this present administration under Tinubu and APC are receiving from anywhere in the world, is it from China, is it from Russia, is it from the United Kingdom, is it from Europe, they must know that they are funding a terrorist organization. They must understand the implication that the Canadian justice system have declared APC a terrorist organization means that any funding, any assistance that APC is receiving as it stands today is a fund for a terrorist organization. Very, very important. You cannot fund a terrorist organization in disguise and claim that you are funding a government. Canada have declared APC a terrorist organization, and the world must understand the implication of that judgment. The world must understand the implication of that judgment. Very, very important. Very, very important. You cannot fund a party that has been declared a terrorist organization and expect that the funding will not be to the detriment of the people. Canada didn't just wake up overnight to make this pronouncement or to put this judgment in place. They have done their due diligence, like I said earlier. And that has to be respected. And we expect the world to start recognizing the Canadian judgment and start following suit as well. So I, at this point, want to open the line for those who want to call in. If you want to call in, the number is on the screen. +39 is a WhatsApp number. +39 388 9665. I know that there are a lot of people who would want to make their contribution and call into the program. +39 388 9665. I want to hear your own contribution and what you think that should be done further to consolidate the Canadian judgment. What should be done further to consolidate the Canadian judgment? Because it's very, very important that this judgment be consolidated by whatever means possible, because it is an opportunity for not just for Biafran people, but for the oppressed Nigerians as well. The number is on the screen. I need you to call in and make your contributions, guys. So APC PDP, a terrorist organization as declared by Canadian government, the Canadian court. Very, very important. Important for us as a people. It is a justice for not just for the indigenous people of Biafra, but for every oppressed Nigerian. For every oppressed Nigerian. Because the poor, wretched, helpless Nigerian people need justice. Justice from the political class and elite who have continued to show no mercy. So I want to receive calls. I want to receive calls. I want to see calls coming so that we can have this conversation. A welcome development, a development we cannot ignore for whatever reason, because it's very, very important. Today we see the killings going on all over Nigeria, going on in the middle belt, going on in the east, west, north, and south. And all the killings are being sponsored by the same politicians, the same political class. We've seen situation where we had some politicians were discovered to be members of, to be sponsors of Boko Haram, but their names were never mentioned. Their names were hidden, never mentioned. And these politicians are also part of the APC and PDP that sponsor terrorism against Nigerians, against the Biafran people as well. All over the country is on fire. We have seen people die in the hospitals without good medical attention because APC and PDP have refused to fix the medical system. That is terrorism on its own. We have seen people die on the roads, road accident all over the place. Why? Because APC and PDP have refused to fix the road, if despite the fact they have, embezzled the money that, they've given out the contract of this road and they have embezzled the money. That is terrorism on its own. So terrorism is not just when you have to go and, shoot people and massacre people in their sleep. No, it doesn't end there. You can also terrorize the people by not making provisions for basic amenities. It is part of terrorism. And we must commend the great Canadian nation for standing up and hitting the nail on the head. And we want to see the United States of America stop being politically correct, to start also standing up in defense of the ordinary people. The line is still open because if calls are not coming in, that means I have to wind it down. I don't have much words to say. If calls are not coming in, I have to wind it down. But I'm going to give a while for calls to come in. For the fact that Canada had the courage to make this landmark judgment, Canada deserves an applause. And that is why I played their national anthem in this program for the first time, to show them appreciation. Because Canada deserves appreciation. Canada deserves a thank you. Canada deserves a thank you. Thank you from Biafran people. Thank you from every oppressed Nigerian. Thank you, Canada. So that is it. While I wait for calls to come in, I would like to take a song again. This song by Mazi Solomon Peter. I'm going to take this song while I wait for your calls to come in, because
But his voice still echoes through the forest, through the markets, through every mother crying over bloodied sons. This is more than a man. This is a movement. This is Mazi Namdi Kanu. You can cage the man, but you can't kill the truth. Every word he spoke still alive in the youth. From Enugu to Aba, we still they shout. Biafra lives on, there's no more doubt. They silence our leaders, we multiply. They spill our blood, but we never die. People land crying, too many graves. Still we rise, still we brave. Mazi no tip, Mazi no fight with God. He speak for the people, the forgotten ones. You call them rebel, but we call them light. In a land where justice run from sight. Freedom is calling, can you hear the sound? Chains can't hold what is heaven bound. I see they suffer, but we still they stand. Biafra go rise from this broken land. Stop the killing, stop the lies. How many more before the world realize? Our voice not thunder, our hearts not fire. We go stand tall till we reach the higher. Nigeria they shake, but we still they firm. Truth they born, but the world they turn. Who go fight for the blood of the slain? Who go speak when we drowning in pain? They fear the truth, so they build the cell. But Biafra spirits know they live in hell. Mazikano they inside, but we they outside. One voice, one cause, we go never hide. We know they beg, we they claim our own. Biafra no be threat, it's a rightful home. Let our people go, let the land breathe. Enough of the sorrow that we they grieve. Freedom is calling, can you hear the sound? Chains can't hold what is heaven bound. Mazi they suffer, but we still they stand. Biafra go rise from this broken land. Stop the killing, stop the lies. How many more before the world realize? Our voice not thunder, our hearts not fire. We go stand tall till we reach the higher. For every child lost, we remember. For every mother that weeps, we remember. For Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, your voice still roars. Biafra is not a dream, it's a destiny.
Thank you. That was Mazi Solomon Peter. Quite commendable of him. He has released series of songs, and we'll continue to play those songs because he has done a very good job.
Yeah. Unmasked leader. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Unmasked leader. Oh, yeah. Them say na court matter, but na jungle law. Fly go Kenya, them no knock door. No trial, no papers, no one inside. Just from neck beat skin cross borderline. As we no thief, as we no kill. Why are our soldiers the storm is hill? 28 souls, blood soak the floor. Tell me what injustice mean anymore. You dey fear is truth, but truth no die. From Mwaya to diaspora we cry. Igbo blood they flow like stream. Biafran dream, they burn with steam. All mass lies, now waiting with their face. Them cover crime, but we know it is. Self-determination, no be sin. Now our right we they fight to win. Mazikanu chained by fear, but his voice still loud with the air. Justice cry and truth go shine. Freedom must come in God's own time. Unmasked life. Oh. Them bring mask witness, na fake show. But when them come kill, them face they glow. Soldier no wear mask when bullets fly. Them things say the world, no they watch sky. He run for him life, who no go run? 28 gun, them shoot like fun. No peace for people, we no get name. But Biafra no they play that game. We rise for the fallen, we shout for the change. Even if it pain, we go remain. Who want America, you see the score. How long this silence go last for? Unmasked lies, now waiting with their face. Them cover crime, but we know it is. Self-determination, don't be seen. Now our right we they fight to win. Mazikanu chained by fear, but his voice still loud with a yeah. Justice cry and truth go shine. Freedom must come in God's own time. All mass lies now waiting with their face. Them cover crime, but we know it is. Self-determination, no be seen. Now our right we they fight to win. Mazikanu chained by fear, but his voice still loud with a yeah. Justice cry and truth go shine. Freedom must come in God's own time. Hey, hey, come must come. In Biafra we stand to the very last drum. Witness, na fake show. But when them come kill, them face they glow. Soldier no wear mask when bullets fly. Them things say the world no they what sky. He run for him life, who no go run? 28 gun, them shoot like fun. No peace for people, we no get name. But Biafra no they play that game. We rise for the fallen, we shout for the chain. Even if in pain, we go remain. One America, you see this call. How long this silence go last for? All mass lies, now waiting with their face. Them cover crime, but we know it is. Self-determination, no be seen. Now our rights we they fight to win. Mazikanu chained by fear, but his voice still loud with a yeah. Justice cry and truth go shine. Freedom must come in God's own time. All mass lies, now waiting with their face. Them cover crime, but we know it is. Self-determination, no be seen. Now our right we they fight to win. Mazikanu chained by fear, but his voice still loud with a yeah. Justice cry and truth go shine. Freedom must come in God's own time. Yeah, yeah. No must come. In Biafra we stand to the very last drum.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for being there. That was Mazi Solomon Peter, and that was one of his songs dedicated to Biafra struggle and the Biafra movement. Like I said, the line had been open for calls to come in, but it seems like calls are not coming in, so I have to let you go. I've spent a good quality time here for about an hour, just like I programmed it, and I believe that my message has been clear. I have been able to pass the message, appreciating the Canadian government for their decision to declare who would have done it. Who would have done it for the people? Who would have done it for IPOB? Who would have done it for Biafran people? Who would have done it for the poor average Nigerians who has lost their legs, their hands, their eyes? Some people have become blind today because APC and PDP were in power. Some people have lost their limbs, their legs, because APC and PDP have been in power. They couldn't fix the roads. They couldn't set the infrastructure right. Many have lost their loved ones in the hospital because the medical facilities are not updated. They are not even functional to take care of the medical situation. That is part of terrorism. And Canada have been able to define what terrorism is all about in simple terms. That any political party that subjugates its citizens is a terrorist organization. Terrorizing, using the military and the police to intimidate their citizens. It's a terrorist organization. Party that illegally proscribe a peaceful movement, proscribe a peaceful movement to be able to hunt them down, a movement agitating for freedom, Any political party that is involved in such activity is a terrorist organization. What else do we want to know? And who would have done it if not for Canada? And I say Canada deserve our thank you. Canada deserve our applause. We must commend Canada as a country. We'll continue to put them in our prayers that more of this kind of judgment will come. And we'll also continue to use Canada as a pillar of example for humanity and other countries. Canada didn't look at what they have to benefit from Nigeria. Canada didn't bother whether they are going to benefit anything from Nigeria. They stood tall and give a landmark judgment that have shaped the future and the history that people will always remember. That at some point in time in the history of mankind, Canada stood tall to make such a landmark judgment in the defense of the defenseless, in the defense of the poor people. Ordinarily, Canada had nothing to lose. Canada have nothing to lose, absolutely. But they stood in the gap for the Nigerian people. They stood in the gap for the indigenous people of Biafra. And we must commend them. And I want to say thank you for being part of this program. I want to say thank you for making our day and standing by me also and staying with me till the end of this program. And until I see you again, my name remains Maazi Ikem Patrick Dike. Have a wonderful evening and have a wonderful weekend. And God bless you all.